very warm welcome to my dear computer students. Welcome back after your term 1 exams. I hope you would have seen your computer exams and would have learned from your mistakes and would not be repeating those mistakes again. So today beta we have some important agenda to discuss, that is regarding your practical file. So the instructions have been given to make your practical and project file before your summer break also, but this is the time when you need to submit them. In the coming days you will be having your PTM, and whenever you are having your PTM you have to come to me to submit your practical and project file. Okay, on whatever day you are coming to school for your PTM, you need to come to me and need to submit your practical file to me, your project file to me. Be very careful about it, and if in any problem you are facing regarding these project and practical file, then you can contact me. I don't have any issue, and I am again sending this PDF and explaining you the instructions that you must obey while preparing them. Okay, so whatever instructions are given in this PDF, you need to read them and follow them very carefully so that you may not face any difficulty further, right? So let me give you these instructions again. So section A is related to your practical file only. So here you are preparing these practical file and the project file for your board exam. Okay, so please make them sincerely and carefully. So firstly you must write the program number at the very top of the page. Okay, and then it should be followed by the title aim. Okay, then the aim, whatever has been given here, it should be copied as it is. Okay, and whenever you start writing your coding or whenever you are pasting your coding, better don't take screenshots of coding. Only screenshots of output are acceptable. Okay, so coding wala part to you need to copy and paste from the Python ideally itself. Okay, so copy and paste it there, and then after pasting the coding part, you need to move to a next new page where you will write the heading output, and then you will be pasting your screenshot of output there. Okay, and you can check the sample output and the coding page that I have provided you at the end of this particular PDF. You can check them from there. Okay, so you need to be very focused that program number, whatever program number I have given here, you should be using that only, and the name should be copied from this list only as it is in your practical file, and then the heading comes for coding, and then you will copy and paste your coding only, not coding screenshot. Okay, fine. And then on the next page where the coding has ended, on from the next fresh page you will be writing the output heading, and then you will be pasting the screenshot of your output. Okay, whatever you have obtained for that particular program. Okay, and all the programs should be in the sequence only. You will not change the sequence. Okay, and before you take printout of these programs, you need to send the soft copy to me. Fine, so that I may tell you wherever the problems are and you may not face any difficulty while you are giving that practical file to me for signing. Okay, and you must save your programs for further reference also. If in case it is required, then you should not be creating them again. Okay, so keep on saving whatever programs you are making for your Python program file and whatever project you are making for your Python project. Okay, so this is the list of the programs. Whatever chapters we have covered up till now, we are doing the practical of those means we are doing the programs practical for those only. Whatever we have not covered, I have not given those programs in the list. So whenever that particular chapter will be covered up, I'll be sharing the list of new programs with you, and that you will be updating. Okay, I think 4 or 5 programs more are to be added in this practical file. Okay, so accordingly you need to be prepared about it. Fine. So till now there are 19 programs from the Python, and these 5 or 6 programs I am leaving for the SQL part only. Okay, all the 2 SQL based programs that are having the connectivity concepts, I have added those 2 programs here at page, the program number 15 and 16. Okay, so these are the sample images how you need to make your file. So here you will be writing your board roll number that you will be getting after your pre-board exams are over. Okay, so you have to leave it blank. You mention your section also if you want to, otherwise you can leave it also. Okay, and these pages you need to make that I am giving you, like certificate, acknowledgement, index page should also be there. Okay, you can check these sample pages. So program number you will be writing, then aim you will be writing, and then you will be copying down the complete aim. Okay, and the program code. Okay, then you can copy paste the program code here, and from the next page, fresh page, you will be pasting your output, like you will be writing output heading like this, and then you will be pasting your output screenshot, and then further you can move for the next program. Okay, so now bache we are discussing about your project file also. Okay, this I have given you before your summer break also idea about it. You can search the different programs from internet also, the examples of the online projects that you can take from there I have given you here. You can use any of these projects or any other project of your choice. You can make any game here, you can make notepad, you can make English dictionary using Python only. Okay, connectivity you can attach to MySQL if required. Okay, then comes the sample pages for the project. Okay, so here you will be writing your project file. You can change your session accordingly. You need to put a logo also. Okay, so again acknowledgement page will be there, then a certificate page will be there. Fine, index you need to prepare. Fine, and in this project file you need to write aim also, why we are using, I'm making this project, what is the aim of it, what it will do. Okay, this all you will summarize here. Okay, then you will be giving the header files, whatever means here we have modules, so whatever modules you are using here you can mention them here. Okay, actually this particular practical file that I'm sharing was prepared for subject C++, computer science, but you have to make it for Python only. Okay, do not copy paste the things, use your own common sense. Okay, this practical file is not for Python, this was for C++. Okay, it is just for sample only. So after pasting all the coding of your project, you will be pasting your screenshot of the outputs that you are obtaining. Okay, there should not be only one screenshot. Whatever operations you are able to perform with your projects, all screenshots should be pasted. Like these all options are available in that particular project, so one by one you need to paste all screenshots of these things. Okay, so at last what you will be doing, you will be adding a page of bibliography where you will be mentioning the sources from where you have taken the help. Okay, so it is a compulsory page that you must add. Okay, and you must know the advantages of the project that you are using and what are the disadvantages also. Okay, you must know it. Fine, so if in case the examiner asks about the advantages and the disadvantages, you must know it. Fine, Now next I'll be briefing you about the chapter number 8 that we have covered before the terminal 1, because we'll be continuing this chapter from tomorrow. So I'm giving you just quick recap of this chapter. So what is data structure? This is chapter number 8. Chapter number 9, data structure second, we have done earlier. So we have been means we are left with few topics of this chapter. So from tomorrow we'll be starting up that particular topic only. Okay, so it is just a quick revision. What is a data structure? Data structure, actually it gives you idea how to store your data inside the computer. Okay, see, one term is the data type and one is your data structure. What is the difference between the two? Data structure is actually a way of storing the data. Okay, storing, if we will store it, we will try to access it, we will try to manipulate the data. Okay, so what type of data you are storing will be conveyed with the help of the data type. Like the data you are storing is of integer type, so data type will be int, right? So whatever type of the data you are dealing with, that will be indicated with the help of data type. And what do you mean by data structure? The physical way in which the data is being stored, accessed and manipulated, okay, inside the computer memory. That is what is data structure. So you should not be confused among these two points. Now in this chapter we'll be discussing about the data structure only, how to store the data. And we have read various ways to store the data, like stacks, queues, linked list. Okay, actually we have different types of data structure. One was your simple data structure, in which array and linear list we have already covered. Okay, and another type of data structure is your compound data structure, that consists of linear data structures and non-linear data structures. In linear data structures we have already read stacks, queues and linked list. In stack we have read in detail, and queue and linked list we have taken an overview in this chapter only. So other non-linear compound data structures are trees, graphs. Okay, they are beyond the scope of your syllabus. So mainly we have to focus on the stack that we have covered in chapter number 9. Okay, and queue we have taken an idea, linked list we have taken an idea. Fine. So linear list help you to store the data in a sequential manner. Okay, and stacks are based on the principle of last in first out, LIFO. Like in bag we are putting something, so whatever we have put first will be at the bottom of the bag, and whatever we have put at the last will be at the top of that particular bag. So whatever element has entered in the last, okay, will be the first to come out. So this is the principle of stack, last in first out. But queue, it works on a different functionality. Like you are standing in a queue, so whosoever has entered the queue first will be the first to be served. Okay, so first in first out, who will be served first? Who has entered the queue first. So queue works on the principle of FIFO. FIFO stands for first in first out. Okay, linked list actually it gives you a dynamic access, means a random access. Whenever you need to move to a particular position randomly, like I have taken an example in my previous videos. Like if I want, a doctor wants to means take a round to for the serious patients, so which bed he has to go first. This bed, let us say the patient number 6 is in serious condition, so he'll be checking up the patient number 6 first, and then after that he'll be checking the patient number who's on bed number 1. So after that, so a particular information and the next pointer. So every data in the linked list is stored in the terms of nodes. So this is a node. Okay, this node is containing two parts. One is your info part and second is your next part. Next is your pointer part, that is just indicating to which next element that particular doctor will be visiting, means to which next bed the doctor will be visiting. Okay, so this is the patient and this is the indication to the next patient to whom the doctor has to visit. Okay, so initially the start pointer will indicate from where the doctor has to start, okay, to check up the patients. Okay, let us say doctor is starting from bed number 6, so start will contain 6. So after the doctor has visited the patient number on the bed 6, it will go to bed number 1. So next will contain 1 because the doctor has to go to bed number 1. So this is the bed number 1. So after visiting this patient, the doctor will go to bed number 10. So this next will be containing the link of the next node that is to be visited afterwards. Okay, so this is the concept of linked list. So here we have a node, and that node contains information and the pointer part. Okay, always node has been divided into 2 parts. Fine. So now trees are basically the multi-level data structures that shows you the hierarchical relationship. You can see there is a fixed hierarchy. This is your root node and these are your child nodes, and the nodes that are just at the bottom will be known as your leaf nodes. Okay, so next, what operations we can perform on data structures? We can insert a new element, we can delete a new element, we can search an element, we can traverse an element, means we can just process it, just read the information that is present on the node. We can do sorting. Sorting means arranging the things or the data elements in a specific order, like in ascending order or in descending order. Next is your merging. Merging means combining two similar data structure elements together. Like I have one array, another array, I want to combine the data of the 2 arrays together, so that process will be known as merging. But the main important thing that you need to take care here is that you can only combine 2 similar data structures, means you cannot combine the data of stack with the queue. You can combine the data of 2 stacks, you can combine the data of 2 queues, 2 arrays, like that. So merging will be possible only when you are dealing with the 2 similar data structures. Fine. Next we have read about the linear list, how to deal with how we can calculate the size. So this size will be calculated using the formula that is being given here. Okay, next is how to search the data in the linear list. This program is very simple, and you have read this program in class 11 also. So if you want to take a quick recap of these algorithms and the programs that are given here, you can go through my previous videos. Binary search I have explained already 2 times. So in chapter number 6 also have explained, and here also have explained, rather 3 times. In chapter 9 also I have explained these things. So you can go through the videos of these to get an idea, because these are very important topic and they will be covered in your practical files also. Okay, so binary search technique is very simple, that we are reducing the size of the list by half in every step. So the speed of searching an element will be reduced to half in every pass, right? Okay, so after that we have read programs also to to search a particular element from the given list, or we can say array. This program I have covered in your practical file also. This one, not next one, 8.4 and 8.5. So 8.4 is basically to insert an element using the bisect module. So here is your bisect module. Okay, and next one is your deletion of an element from the sorted linear list. Like if you want to delete one element here, so how to delete it? Just keep on shifting the elements. Okay, so if I write 25 here, the 22 will be overwritten. So this is the very simple way to delete a particular element. Fine. So this program also have covered in your practical file, so you can use this program also. I'm sending a PDF of both the means the PDF of the supplementary reader. You may purchase it, otherwise till it is not available to you, you can use the PDF, right, to be parallel with me, right? So traversal is to process the data. Fine. So up to here we have covered in our previous videos. You can go through these previous videos so that you may be parallel to me whenever I'm starting next. Tomorrow I will be giving you a lecture on your list comprehensions. So we'll be starting up tomorrow with this topic. Till then you can watch the previous videos to have a quick view of whatever we have covered in this chapter. Thank you so much.